I just want to say it's a privilege and honor to be able to speak to you again on Memorial Day. It's a greater honor to be able to celebrate with you the lives of the men who fought and perished during our nation's most pivotal and dramatic period of history. The lives that these men gave was a high price to pay for the cause that they strongly believed. But sacrifices were made, and it was the task of the survivors and the families of these men that became the duty after the war that I'm compelled to speak about today. Within weeks of the Civil War's end, the women of Staunton went to work to care for the dead soldiers whose bodies were hastily buried on the battlefields of Piedmont, Cross Keys, Port Republic, and McDowell. There's no one individual that I wish to focus on today, but I feel the honor goes to the women of Staunton and Augusta. By 1866, the citizens of the county were marking the death of our beloved Stonewall Jackson with parades, music, and speakers. And these things were important to do for the healing of the people who suffered during these years of the war. But just as important was the Ladies' Cemetery Committee, who took it upon themselves to make sure that the graves of these men that we stand here with were properly cared for and tended to. They used the newspapers of the area to call for the veterans and the young men to come out and care for the graves. They worked to find the men who had died on the fields in the battles to bring them home to a proper burial. They honored their fallen husbands, fathers, sons, brothers, and uncles. They honored the unknown soldiers with a tribute of a decent burial, so that loved ones far away could rest at night knowing that someone cared for their soldier who never came home. Over the years, the ceremonies grew and became cultural events for the town. Much speech making and music playing later, the graves still needed tending, and the daughters of the Confederacy were there to help to take up the mantle of Thornrose's care. And even when it became unpopular to celebrate the Confederate cause or to fly the flags that flew over our southern nation, it's you, the UDC, were there to carry on the legacy of the ladies who went before you. It's important to honor the women who precede you. And it's important to pass along that importance to the next generation. Ladies, speaking to all of you ladies, pass along your love and knowledge to your daughters and your sons. The graves are now dug, the cemeteries are cared for, but there are ways we can continue to be stewards of the Southern soldier. We can use our resources and time to help protect our battlefields where these noble men died. Please remember that even in these times of economic unrest, we have a wealth of history in our area that needs protecting. By joining the fight to preserve our Civil War history, we preserve the memory of each of the soldiers, and you continue to preserve the memories and the work of the women of Staunton and Augusta. I thank you today for letting me have a few words.
Thank you.